Okay, help me welcome Rami from PieRide.
Hello, everyone. So this is Cairo without traffic. It looks nice without traffic. But this is what it looks like every day. Well, the average Egyptian spends almost 3.5 hours in traffic and almost $140 a month in expenses. And if you look at the transportation landscape, it's not really very attractive. There's no public transportation to speak of, and if you look at the options available, they're not very promising. For example, taxis, they're not very hygienic, they're not very reliable, and if you're a woman, it's not a very friendly option. Carpooling, well, carpooling is been attempted so many times on an informal basis, but the problem is it's very hard to pull together. If someone is late, on vacation, the car breaks down, it simply doesn't work. Owning a car is kind of a good option for many people, but it's really costly, it's very stressful, and a lot of people are suffering from back problems and anxiety and stress problems related to driving around Cairo. Plus, not to mention the actual depreciation cost of the car, and if you factor in what it actually costs to park the car and the time wasted. Owning a car and hiring a driver is the best option, but it's the most expensive one of them all. We were stuck in traffic at some point, and we were looking around us and looking down on the big snake of red taillights, and it seems to us that most of the cars around us have one passenger on board. That's 75% unused capacity. So we thought PieRide should be a solution. We thought about what if we make rideshare available and take out from the equation the uncertainty of having to rely on one of the passengers to drive, and we provide the car and we provide the driver. In that case, we decided to offer a subscription model where people subscribe to our service. We then send them a car with a driver every day, picks them up, picks people up in their community, drives them to work and back every day. That way, no one needs to depend on anyone for carpooling to work, and it's more economic. In fact, because the ride share allows people to share the cost amongst 3 people, it ends up being cheaper than a taxi. We also make sure that all our customers are matched together in communities. For example, we always match people in either school communities or work communities. That way people are not riding with complete strangers, and that apparently matters a lot to our customers. Our clients interact using a mobile app and a website. They tell us when do you want the service, exactly the windows of time they need to be at work, and the windows of time they need to return. And the reason we allow them to choose a window of opportunity for them to be picked up is very important, because we realize that our customers are very flexible. And if they tell us, for example, they need to be at work from 8:30 to 9:30 a.m., we give them many options, and this allows us to create price incentives that allows us to shift demand from high peak to off-peak hours. To sum up, PieRide is a monthly subscription, car with a driver, a community-based service, and relies on technology. Cairo is a big city in the Middle East, and it's very similar to so many cities around the region, also in Latin America. If you look at the market, 14 million people live in urban Cairo, 17% are 25 to 40 years old, 23% are age in the young age group, 10% in top income bracket. That's 560,000 people. And if you count the expenses they pay every year, that's almost $1 billion in market share, in market size, addressable market size. We think of our customers and our drivers as 2 sides of the market. We take care of our customers as much as we take care with our drivers. To look at the customers, most of them are daily commuters, white-collar employees, students, and school students. This is data we pulled from our operations, and if you look here, you find that there are peak hours at certain times of the day. So we realized that if we serve each route by half of the cars would do those 2 peaks, and the other half would do that, this allows enough time between 2 rides for the car to do 2 trips a day in the morning and 2 trips in the afternoon. At the same time, the other car would do the alternating. And this kind of interlaced matching allows us to fill the entire gap in the entire morning commute. This creates an interesting opportunity for on-demand because, well,
you are going to own all the cars, right?
oh, no, I was just getting to that. We don't own the cars. We contract the cars like UberX. We contract the driver, pay them a monthly a salary, and for that, we use him from the 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. So we contract them on a monthly basis, and we pay them above average, and we train them and vet them.
And did you study the pattern of legalization of the...
Yes, yes. We've been operational for the last year, and this is the zones we've been working in. We've done the following. We've accomplished 6,000 rides, 10,000 driver hours, 250,000 kilometers driven, and the data we have has confirmed all our assumptions and confirmed that, in fact, customers are willing to share the ride. They are, in fact, love the service, and they're very flexible and willing to pay and sacrifice with some minutes of sleep so that they can get the ride and avoid driving.
Can you elaborate on the data sets that customers like to share? Like, and how do you do the matching?
Well, we do the matching. For example, since endpoints are always clustered around a business complex, it's easy to target corporate companies or schools, and by that, most of our customers come from a single endpoint, and we match them from that community. For example, a business complex like Smart Village, like Nile City Towers, if you're familiar with these regions in Cairo, and as a result, most of our customers come in these clusters. And in fact, we have so many good reviews from our customers, and this is my favorite one, actually. And she tweeted to her 10,000 followers that she quit smoking because of our service, because she no longer stresses out.
You've been operational for a year. Can you talk to me a little bit about that traction and the growth that you have experienced, along with any challenges also that you might have?
Well, the first challenge was obviously in the beginning, we're trying to figure out the best model, test a few assumptions. We've struggled to find the recipe with the drivers. For example, we tried to commission them per ride, realized that doesn't work really well. We need to give them a salary, monthly salary, because if they don't rely on the monthly income from us, they're going to find other options. And if they do, they'll bail out on us. So we give them above average monthly salary that will satisfy them, and according to that, we can just make them work and train them and put the culture that we want in them. As far as the customers, we were surprised to find that they were very flexible, more so than we thought. We were kind of, people were skeptic in the beginning about whether they want to share or not. Everyone wants to share. At some point, we were creating options for gender-based cars, and people were kind of reluctant. And then we say, for example, a woman would come in and say, I want a women-only car, and we say it's not available. And she calls back and say, okay, I'll take it. So people are very flexible, and to avoid driving, they'll do anything.
But the growth that you're experiencing in terms of like number of customers that signed up with you, for example?
Right now, we don't stop doing any marketing, we stop doing anything, and we have so many demands coming in, we just with the word of mouth. There's so many demand on it. It's a well-proven model.
Carpooling. One of the problems with them is, not everyone's on a timely basis as everybody else. So how do you address that challenge? Do you just rate your customers and get rid of them when they're not on time?
We have a policy, for example, we wait 15 minutes, and if you're not there, we'll have the car will have to go because you don't want to delay the entire car.
They pay still.
They'll pay still. Well,
Upfront?
yeah, they pay an upfront subscription, and we pay the driver at the end of the month, so we have kind of like a 1 month turnover.
One more question. So
Sure.
why are you confining yourself to 3 passengers per car? Why are you not considering vans, large
Yeah, well,
transportation?
there are other options in the market that do that, and in fact, well, this is just a competition. Well, our cars are, one, it's more social, more intimate. Two, buses provide meeting points where people don't want to get out. This is a door-to-door. Without a car, it can be door-to-door.
So what is Uber already in Cairo or not?
Sorry?
Is Uber already there?
Uber just entered the market. We don't think of Uber as a competition. In fact, I think Uber's entrance into the market is a good thing. If they expand, the pie is huge. I mean, there's enough bikes for everyone, and it's a 1 billion.
No, because Uber has announced that they would be doing carpooling. They announced that they would also come and pick people up on different ways, and they can.
They're still experimenting with that in the US, but they haven't done, they didn't even do UberX in Egypt or the Middle East or any of the markets they've entered. So even if they do that, I think there's still enough room for everyone. I mean,
How are
it's.
they gonna compete?